Balrog, former heavyweight boxing champion, born with impeccable strength and power, one of the leaders of the Shadowloo criminal organization, and ruthless fighter from the United States of America. In today's episode, the origins of Balrog. Without further ado, let me welcome you to the Street Fighterverse. Balrog is a tall African-American boxer with a strong build and a lot of muscle. A white shirt ripped through the middle adorns his blue boxing trunks, and underneath a blue tank top is worn, wearing red boxing gloves and red boxing shoes. From the time of Street Fighter II release, his short hairstyle is similar to Mike Tyson's. At the time, official artwork also showed him without a canine tooth in the upper right corner of his mouth. Balrog is generally self-centered, irrational, hot-tempered, rude, and sadistic. In addition to displaying an insatiable need for money, the belligerent pugilist also exhibits a vicious, mean streak, often refusing to accept responsibility for his actions. Though he was a prize boxer once, Balrog was known to intentionally cheat in his fights whenever he felt like it. The role of the leader for the organization fell to Balrog upon M. Bison's death from Street Fighter Alpha 3. And the organization collapsed immediately, forcing him to work security at casinos and other places in order to survive. Because of his unruly and delinquent youth, he may not have been able to make impact on other areas of life other than fighting. He dropped out of school in order to gain strength and dominance in the mean streets of his city. During the Street Fighter series, his motivation in joining Shadowloo and M. Bison has always been to attain massive wealth, fame, and glory, so that he can live easy on the streets. So even though Balrog might cheat, steal, or even kill in order to accomplish this goal, he is not evil so much as greedy, and he pays little attention to Shadowloo's affairs. Ed is the only manifestation of empathy and humanity in him, showing that he is even capable of forming relationships, empathy, and friendship. Ed is shown to generally care for him even after they fight and after the latter leaves. Using the single Gigaton punch, he killed Dalsim's elephant while running errands for Bison. Balrog is seen in Street Fighter IV with all of his teeth, while in previous games, he lacked a canine tooth on the upper right side of his mouth. This might indicate that Balrog wears a prosthetic tooth in later games. The character Balrog is loosely based on semi-retired boxer Mike Tyson. Michael Gerard Tyson, born June 30th, 1966, is an American former professional boxer who competed from 1985 to 2005. Nicknamed Iron Mike and Kid Dynamite in his early career, and later known as the baddest man on the planet, Tyson is considered to be one of the greatest heavyweight boxers of all time. He reigned as the undisputed world heavyweight champion from 1987 to 1990. Tyson won his first 19 professional fights by knockout, 12 of them on the first round, claiming his first belt at 20 years, 4 months and 22 days old. Tyson holds the record as the youngest boxer ever to win a heavyweight title. He was the first heavyweight boxer to simultaneously hold the WBA, WBC, and IBF titles, as well as the only heavyweight to unify them in succession. The following year, Tyson became the lineal champion when he knocked out Michael Spinks in 91 seconds of the first round. Tyson was known for his ferocious and intimidating boxing style, as well as his controversial behavior inside and outside the ring. With a knockout to win percentage of 88%, he was ranked 16th on the Ring magazine's list of 100 greatest punchers of all time, and first on ESPN's list of the hardest hitters in heavyweight history. Sky Sports described him as perhaps the most ferocious fighter to step into a professional ring. He has been inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame and the World Boxing Hall of Fame. Throughout his childhood, Tyson lived in and around neighborhoods with a high rate of crime. Tyson was repeatedly caught committing petty crimes and fighting those who ridiculed his high-pitched voice and lisp. By the age of 13, he had been arrested 38 times. When Street Fighter II was localized in the United States, Capcom was afraid of a lawsuit from Mike Tyson over a character with his likeness, as well as a similar sounding name, his Japanese name being Mike Bison. Additionally, when the designers presented the game to Capcom USA's marketing department, they believed that the name Vega did not fit the character it was given to. They decided to rotate the names of 3 of the 4 boss characters in the following manner. The boxer is known as M. Bison in Japan, and Balrog in the US. The Spanish assassin bullfighter is known as Balrog in Japan, and Vega in the US. The evil dictator and head of Shadowloo is known as Vega in Japan and M. Bison in the US. in certain illustrations, including ones for the Street Fighter II series. His Japanese name, Bison, can be seen on the waistband of his trunks, although it is usually removed when these illustrations are published outside of Japan. In later games, the world champion appears in its place. Despite the name change, many of his moves have a bison buffalo theme. Only recently did Mike Tyson learn of the character, stating, "I'm really honored with that impersonation of him." Ed was kidnapped by the evil organization Shadowloo at a young age and experimented to become a possible vessel for their leader, and Bison. However, he was later rescued by Balrog, and the two formed a bond as they traveled together. Ed began to suffer from nightmares as he prematurely aged into a teenager, and a fortune teller warned him of difficult times ahead. After the fall of Shadowloo and the death of Bison, Ed and Balrog took refuge in New Zealand. However, Ed continued to be plagued by nightmares and was almost possessed by the spirit of Bison. He fought off the possession and left Balrog, fearing that he would eventually get hurt if they stayed together. These two boxers have very different styles of boxing. Take Dudley for example. Dudley is in the category of a technical professional boxer, often associated with the terms outboxer. So, what is a technical boxer? A technical boxer focuses on quick and effective movement of the feet, being quick on his toes and having the right movements to dodge any coming attack from its opponent. Technical boxers calculate strategic punching accuracy. It's very important for a technical fighter to know when to throw punches and how to connect them, since this style needs the energy to keep its stamina going. Technical boxing also focuses on having fast reflexes and hand speed. The advantage of a technical boxer having fast reflexes lies in its defense. By being fast, the fighter is most likely to evade hard-hitting shots, and it will give the technical boxer the opportunity to counterpunch, which can change the outcome of a fight instantly. The main objective of a technical fighter is to hit and not get hit. Examples of technical boxing can be seen in boxers like Muhammad Ali, Bernard Hopkins, and Floyd Mayweather Jr. Now, let's take for example Balrog's style of fighting. Balrog would fit in the category of which is known in the boxing world as a swarmer. This type of technique focuses on applying constant pressure with the purpose of overwhelming its opponent. Users of this swarmer technique train to have high levels of bursts of speed to close distance, closing inside of an opponent, and overwhelming the fighter with intensity and flurries of hooks and uppercuts. Swarmer fighters tend to have good bob and weave, which is having rapid body movements up and down and side to side as an evasive tactic made by the boxer. Swarmers are also good punchers. They usually have a good chin to withhold jabs to the face and have tremendous knockout strength, greatly accredited to the high levels of stamina and body conditioning. Balrog also uses the peekaboo technique, made famous by the legendary heavyweight boxer Mike Tyson. This peekaboo stance of fighting is named for its defensive hand position, stimulating the baby's game of the same name. This technique offers extra protection to the fighter's face, while making it easier to jab on an opponent. The fighter holds its glove close to the cheeks and pulls their arms tight to their torso. As we can see, Dudley's outboxing technique can be superior to Balrog's swarmer technique, because the outboxer seeks to maintain a gap from their opponent and fight with faster, longer range punches. Outboxers are known for being extremely quick on their feet, which often makes up for a lack of power. Since they rely on the weaker jabs and straights, as opposed to hooks and uppercuts, they tend to win by point decisions, rather than by knockout. Although some outboxers can be aggressive and effective punchers, technical boxers can also be knockout artists. Even though Balrog may have the advantage in power, Dudley's smarts can outperform his strength. Dudley's punches are not as hard as Balrog's, but Dudley has better movement, which can create the ability to move constantly and hit with longer reaching punches. I would compare Dudley's style to Muhammad Ali, and Balrog's to Joe Frazier. Muhammad Ali outperforms Frazier 2-1 in their 3 famous bouts by using outboxing technique over the swarmer style Joe Frazier used. This is a very important factor to consider, especially if you're going to measure the quality of a fighter based on its technique. We understand that no fighting technique is perfect, but we can identify which is superior. In this comparison, I give the advantage to Dudley. Another very important point we can discuss that makes Dudley a better fighter is his composure while fighting. He is a classy fighter which hates dirty fighting. In the Udon comics, Super Street Fighter Volume 1, New Generation, there's a small bout between them in the bonus stage section named School in the Summertime, in which we can see a composed Dudley taking on Balrog in an exhibition boxing encounter. The bell rings and we can see how Balrog uses trash talk and a full strength attack on Dudley. Balrog takes a swing and misses. Dudley, finding an opening counter, hits Balrog on the face. Clear evidence on how having composure in a fight can lead to a focused state of mind. Very different from Dudley, Balrog is a hot-tempered fighter, arrogant and sadistic fighter. Balrog has been known to cheat in his fights using headbutts and dirty tactics. In this part of the comic strip, we can see Balrog upset of the outcome of the fight, which has Dudley winning the match by points in a 15-round bout. This explains Dudley's style of technical boxing. Like I mentioned before, since these type of fighters lack power, they usually win fights by points. By having pinpoint accuracy, Dudley manages to take the win. Full of anger, Balrog decides to wildly attack Dudley, only to end up getting destroyed by Dudley's tea tray when Dudley smashed it against Balrog, getting burned and cut in the face by glass and ceramic. Another reason why I give the edge to Dudley is because Balrog may have the strength and power, but he lacks composure. In a fight, mind and body should be balanced. Balrog is a raging bull, while Dudley is like Muhammad Ali, floating like a butterfly and stinging like a bee. Dudley takes the win on this one, but I would really think Balrog could have given him a tough time. I personally would love to see them in a real bout because it would have been an interesting match. Balrog's mean attitude and overall gameplay has given him the title as one of the most iconic fighters in Street Fighter history. So what did you like about Balrog's story? Let us know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on new theories and info. Thank you for watching. This has been your Street Fighter host. Welcome to the center stage. Our new Discord server. There you can talk with us, chat about current events going on in Street Fighter, information, theories, and lore. We'll leave the link in the description box below. We want to thank everyone for tuning in and becoming part of this Street Fighter community. We want to thank you for your positive comments towards our channel because it only habilitates us to grow even more. From the Street Fighterverse crew, we thank you.